Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today for our Wednesday session. And today we are going to be talking about the loving kindness meditation. And I don't know about all of you, but I have been feeling so out of sorts and so just raw. And I know a lot of it's because of what's happening here in the US, also what's happening around the world. Um, for me personally, I think that one of my triggers is feeling helpless, like when you were a kid and you didn't have any control over what was happening, right? And so that's one of my triggers. So I know that for me, not feeling like I can control things is a big reason why I get irritated and off center. But the good news is that we have the loving kindness meditation that can bring us back into balance and back into our bodies in a way that feels good. Because, of course, we're in our bodies right now and we're feeling anxious, right? So I'm in my body, but I'm feeling super anxious. That's not a good feeling. I like being in my body and feeling grounded and connected because in that space, then I can easily connect to animals. I can easily connect to other people without judgment. And I can easily hold space for people. And I think that that's really important, especially now, even holding space for people that I may not agree with or that I may have conflict with. So I want to talk about that. Sorry, we're just letting people in. I love how many people are here for this today. So I want to talk a little bit about the background of the loving kindness meditation because I knew it was more than 2,500 years old, which I love too, because this is something that has survived the test of time, right? 2,500 years, and we're still practicing it with amazing results. I know that they've even done NIH studies on the loving kindness meditation and how effective it is in bringing in grounding and peace into your body. But what was really interesting to me was, maybe some of you, and put in the chat too, if you have heard this, I didn't know the original story of how this was started, how it was presented. So it wasn't started as a way to feel good or be pleasant. It was taught as mental training to stabilize your mind and reduce fear, hostility, and reactivity. So monks were encouraged to practice what they called it metta, specifically when they felt aversion, anxiety, or when they were in situations that felt unsafe or disturbing. So this was designed not for peaceful times, it was designed for difficult times, just like what we're in right now. So even though I didn't know that when I had, because I picked my topics about 3 or 4 weeks ahead of time, I thought, oh, it'd be a great way to start the new year with the loving kindness. It seems so fitting right now and just so ironically timely that when I was looking at this, I'm like, whoa, I had no idea like the true origins of the loving kindness meditation. So the traditional structure, we start when we do a loving kindness, and we'll walk through it and we're going to practice this, but we start with ourselves, right? Because you have to start with yourself. You have to bring that grounding and that feeling of peace and safety within yourself before then you can move on to, I think the next one is like your mentor, somebody that maybe raised you, somebody that you look up to, and it's very easy for you to share love. And then the next one might be someone that you love deeply. And then the next is neutral people, and then difficult people, and then eventually all. And so it wasn't about being nice. It was designed as a way for us to bring our nervous system back into balance. And so that, when our nervous system is out of balance, our mind is out of balance. So when our nervous system comes into balance, our mind naturally follows, right? And we want to remain steady, clear, grounded. And this is a great way to do it. But the story, and I'm going to read the story because I don't want to mess this up. I'm a horrible storyteller and I will drop very important things. So I'm going to read this to you. the origin of metta, which is the loving kindness meditation, because it's super, super cool and interesting. So there were a group of 500 monks that had been given their meditation instructions and sent by Buddha, by the Buddha, to a remote ancient forest to practice during the rainy season. They found a beautiful, massive grove of trees and settled in, thinking they had found the perfect peaceful retreat. The local trees there were not happy about their new roommates, and to get the monks to leave, they began a campaign of psychological warfare. Well, this is where it gets really interesting, right? Because we're kind of experiencing this right now. They sent terrifying visions, right? They put out shadowy figures and frightening shapes were appearing in the dark around the monks. The monks heard horrific sounds, unearthly screams and crashes echoing through the trees. So they literally had no idea what was out there. And then there was a literal stench of rotting corpses that filled their meditation area. And they were completely paralyzed by fear. They lost their concentration, their health began to fail, and they fled back to the Buddha, begging to be sent to a different forest. And the Buddha listened to their terror and told them, "There is no other forest. But you left out of fear because you went there unarmed." And he didn't give them a sword or a new location. He gave them the Metta Sutta, which is the loving kindness meditation. He told them that the only way to survive the forest was to radiate goodwill so intensely that the hostility of the environment had no hook to grab onto. The monks went back to the haunted forest, but this time, instead of cowering, they chanted and radiated metta. And as a result, the spirits were pacified. The environment became supportive rather than frightening. The forest didn't change, the monks' internal armor did. And kindness was much more effective than a sword. It was a strength, not a weakness. Metta isn't a feel good spa day kind of meditation. It has been taught for a haunted house or a haunted forest scenario. It's a tool for us to use when we're being attacked by our own mind or our own environment. The lesson here is that we don't run from ghosts. We dissolve our aversion by using the loving kindness meditation. And so, we're going to practice this, but I just want to stop for a second and just point out like how crazy the story of the forest, how it resonates with a lot of what we're feeling right now. You know, there's a lot of anger in the world. There's a lot of unrest and uneasiness in the world. And whether, no matter what side you're on, there is uneasiness within all of us. So practicing the loving kindness gives us that tool that we need in order to combat those inner feelings, in order for us to have strength and feel not only good in our bodies, but feel strong in our bodies, to feel that we do have a tool to help heal what's happening in the world. And just like as a separate segue, I think it's so fascinating that the monks came to America to do their peace walk during these really difficult times, right? The monks do peace walks in like really bad situations. And here they are in America, of all places, right? Doing a peace walk for us. And what I've noticed from their peace walk, besides their super sweet dog, I mean, that dog just brings so much happiness to so many, is that people are so supportive of their walk. That people that they aren't getting I know that they had an accident, a car accident where they were a couple of them were injured because a car accidentally hit them in their van, I think it was. But other than that, there hasn't been any, pushback on the monks being here. And for the large part, people are really soothed by what they're experiencing. And one person I know posted something about the walk. She was there to witness it, and she said it was just so amazing. They're silent and they're just walking, and everybody became silent and in that beautiful space of peace. There are no words, you don't need words. And it's so incredibly powerful, and it's such a great lesson for us to learn from, that we don't have to be outraged and speaking with anger. We can actually be silent and just radiate our strength. Or we can just start saying the loving kindness meditation when we're feeling overwhelmed or we're in with someone. I mean, can you imagine if you just start reciting the loving kindness meditation when you're in a fight with somebody and you just start saying, may I be filled with loving kindness? May you be filled with loving kindness. I mean, that's pretty powerful. So I think that we should, I wanted to share that with all of you because I thought it was just so fascinating. Hopefully you did too. And please drop something in the chat if anything that I shared kind of struck with you. But now I want us to start to practice the loving kindness meditation because we can talk about it, but really practicing it is part of the power of this. So we're going to start with ourselves. And what I want us to do is I'll say it 3 times. You can either repeat it with me or you can just sit in this space and just feel it in your body, just repeat it inside your mind, whichever you want to do. But the mantra that we're going to be saying is, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. So may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. So I want us all to bring our hands into Gasho at our heart center. And you can close your eyes if you want. And I want us all to set our intent that we're open to receive whatever it is that we need most at this moment in time. Right? We set our intent that we're open to receiving whatever this beautiful meditation is going to give to us. And I want us to also dedicate the amazing energy that we're going to be creating through this meditation to all sentient beings. And so whenever you're ready, and I just want to make sure, sorry, I heard my dog walker come in, but I don't see that she just want to give her this little message. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's get centered. Let's take some cleansing breaths too before we do this. Breathing in deeply through our nose, pulling our breath deep into our belly. Expand your belly, and then on the out breath, slowly release your breath out your mouth. And with your out breath goes all tension and stress you might be holding on to. And just at your own pace, a couple more of those breaths, breathing in deeply through your nose, pulling your breath deep into your belly, and then on the out breath, releasing your breath and all stress and tension with that breath. And if you want to do just one more, feel the peace starting to come into your body as you center and as you start to ground yourself with your breath. The reason I love that breath so much is because we're pulling our breath deep into our belly, and our belly is our connection to earth, our connection to grounding. And whenever you're ready, you can sit with your hands face up or face down in your lap and allow yourself to just feel the words as I say them. And again, you can repeat them with me, but just allow them to really kind of sink into your body and fill your body with the light of loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. And just allow yourself to sit with that feeling, granting yourself peace, granting yourself loving kindness, allowing yourself to be happy. And now I want us to move on to your benefactor. Maybe it's your mentor, maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a relative, maybe it's a friend that you just love deeply and you appreciate so much. So get the picture of this person, or maybe it's even an animal. And you can say to yourself or out loud, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. And just allow yourself to see this person or this animal enveloped in the light of your love, and feel your own beautiful inner light connecting with them. It's very easy for us to share loving kindness with someone that we love deeply. And now I want you to think about maybe a relative, or maybe a partner, a dear friend that you really wish well-being for. And we'll say again and again out loud or to yourself, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. And just sit with the image of this person who is very dear to you and see them engulfed in the beautiful light of loving kindness. And feel your light connecting with theirs. So you have this beautiful light of love for the person that you're so grateful to and you love so much, that could be a mentor. And then you have your dear friend that you also love deeply. And hopefully you can start to feel your heart open, your body relax, feel safe and grounded. And now we'll move on to someone who is neutral. So this could be like someone in your, for me, like it's somebody in my building. I can think of someone, or it could be someone you see on the street often, or maybe somebody at your grocery store, just a neutral person that you don't really know, but you know of them, right? You see them. So think of them, bring them to mind, and we say to them, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. And see this person engulfed in light, engulfed in the light of loving kindness. And allow your light to connect with theirs. And so we sit and we connect in this beautiful circle with our mentor, with someone we deeply love, with a neutral person, and of course ourselves, And we're just sitting here in this beautiful, beautiful light. Now we are going to be talking about someone that is difficult. And this could be really hard, right? So I can think of a few people, not in my life necessarily, but I can think of a few people where it's very hard for me to send them loving kindness, especially if it's someone that you like hate. Okay. There are people that might be in your life that you really just hate. You just hate, not because you're a hateful person. Hate's really the only word that comes to mind, but it just could be someone that brings your heart just so much pain. Um, and it's hard to like them. It's hard to even think of them without thinking negative thoughts. And I want to share, this was a really great analogy that I heard. And it's holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at the person that you are out of sorts with when you are the one who gets burned. And I thought that was a great analogy because really and I'm thinking of like a person in my life that I have a really hard time with. Um, I think he doesn't even know, I don't even think he's a narcissist, so he doesn't even care that I feel the way I do about him. And so for me to hang on to this anger about him isn't isn't hurting him at all. It's only hurting me. So I really like this analogy of the coal because it's true. I'm just burning myself with this anger for him. And when I think about him, I can think about one part of him that is good. So this person is my nephew's father. He was my sister's husband. And and so when I think about him, I can think about the fact that he wasn't always this way, that there was a time when he was young and he was a good person. There was a time when he was happy. And so I can focus on that. And I can focus on the fact that just like all of us here, he was born with a beautiful light within him. And life happened to him and it affected him in ways that make him act out in the way he does now. And so when I look at him as a child, as who he was as an innocent child, it's easy for me to then say, yes, I can share love with this person. It isn't about forgiving either. The loving kindness isn't about forgiving what's been done. It's about dropping it, right? Dropping that hot coal and sharing love because love is what heals. Love and kindness is what brings us together and brings us back into balance. And if we think about people when they do bad things, it's usually because of a lack of love, a lack of kindness in their life. And so when you think about the person that's difficult, think about something about them that you can get behind that's good. And maybe it's seeing them as a child, um, or you can maybe think of something that they've done that's good, um, that like, so I'll get political for a minute. I don't like President Trump, um, but President Trump in his first term made it a felony to hurt animals in the United States. So I can focus on that and say, I'm actually so grateful for that. So maybe you can think of something that this person, or maybe it's a body of people, have done that's good. And then you can focus on that when we go into this second to the last phase of our loving kindness meditation. Because we have to remember that people are not driven necessarily by pure evil. They're driven by when I think about my ex-brother-in-law, he's driven by his own ignorance, his trauma, and his own reactivity. His own ego is injured ego. That is what's causing him to act out. And so when I think about him, I can even allow my anger to turn into pity, because pity is much easier for me. And then I can share this light of loving kindness and not feel like I'm being a fraud, because I think that that's one of the things I've struggled with loving kindness is you feel like a fraud when you get to the person that is difficult. So hopefully this helps as we go into this next phase, and then we'll do it all together, all as one. So if you feel like, oh, I'm kind of coming out of this, don't worry, we're going to go back and we're going to do it. But I just kind of want to walk us through these steps and kind of give you something to help you get through this next phase um, of the loving kindness meditation. So think of the person that's difficult and see them. And now we say to them, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. And so take a moment and see this person or people engulfed in your beautiful light. And feel your light connecting with theirs. And we have them share this beautiful energy of loving kindness with ourselves, with a person we love deeply, with our mentor, with a person that we don't know well. All of us together in this beautiful energy of loving kindness. And we say, may we all be filled with loving kindness. May we all be well. May we all be peaceful and at ease. May we all be happy. May we all be filled with loving kindness. May we all be well. May we all be peaceful and at ease. May we all be happy. May we all be filled with loving kindness. May we all be well. May we all be peaceful and at ease. May we all be happy. And so it is. And we bring our hands into Gasho and we give thanks to ourselves, to this practice, and to all that have joined us. So whenever you're ready, I just want to open it up for a few minutes to talk a little bit about this. And I'd love for you to comment and share if you can, if you want to just unmute. Don't worry if you talk over someone else. I can kind of see and I'll go maybe, let's see. I can usually tell if somebody is unmuting, but you could unmute or you could even put it in the chat if you want. But I would love to hear your thoughts on this meditation. For me, doing this research about the background of the loving kindness meditation and hearing the story of the monks that went into the forest, it just seemed so tied into what we're experiencing today. And another thing that I got when I was preparing for this was we can't go into a higher realm or the next step of our lives carrying anger and old habits and old feelings with us. So we can, and I really hope you felt this at the end of this practice, this mini practice, felt lighter, felt stronger, felt more at ease, more peace. And it's okay if you didn't. Just keep practicing it. And if you want, just practice the part about yourself. You don't have to do this all in one sitting. You can practice the first with yourself and feel yourself get strong and centered. And then maybe the next day go to including someone that you really appreciate and love deeply. And then you go into the next day adding someone that you love that's in your life. And then you go to the next day to someone that you don't really know, but that you wish love upon. And then the last day, hopefully you have that strength and that determination to include a person that you struggle with. But right now it feels like what we want to manifest, what we think about, what we desire, it's all coming to us really fast. At least for me. I mean, I've been experiencing this. It's without even sometimes thinking about it, it just kind of comes to me in my world because I'm clearing out, I'm opening myself up to bigger and better things, and it's easier to release and it's easier to manifest. And and so we think about this year starting and on February 17th, I even think it's a solar eclipse. It is the beginning of the year of the fire horse. And the fire horse is all about movement. The fire horse is about fire, right? About burning things, going fast, getting things done, and not doing it perfectly. Okay, this isn't about, oh, you're going to be motivated, you have to do everything perfectly. It's about getting started. It's about letting go and going. And if you think about a horse, if you're laden down with all of this stuff, right? All of this anger, this worry, this anxiety about what's happening, you can't go as fast as if you're completely unburdened. When you're unburdened and like you're bareback and you're just hanging on to this horse, right? You've got the mane and you're just going. For me, the thing that keeps coming up for me is just being on a horse on the beach and just running as fast, as fast, as fast as we can through on the beach and just going and feeling that wind and just knowing that there is so much behind you this year. And I think that starting the fire horse year with an eclipse, a solar eclipse, is just so powerful. And I see Rebecca is nodding her head. And this is just a really incredible year. And remember, it's a 1 year, it's about beginnings. It's the year of the magician. So if you practice tarot or you believe in tarot or you've had tarot reading, the magician is really powerful and it's about manifestation and it's about knowing that you are the magician. You can manifest, but we can also manifest negative, right? We can manifest good, which is great, but we can manifest negativity in our lives. So when we look at negative situations that are going on in the world, remember the loving kindness meditation. And even if you don't want to just say the loving kindness meditation, maybe you're like, oh, I can't even remember what it is or what the words are. Send love. Just send love because love is the one thing that can heal. Love is the one energy that can bring miracles. I taught the introduction to animal Reiki course for a Reiki group for Reiki Home. on Sunday, and it was really amazing because these are Reiki practitioners. I think all of them were Reiki practitioners. And so they have their way of offering Reiki to animals, not necessarily in the let animals lead method. But what was really cool was one of the women who was, when I was talking, she was kind of shaking her head a little bit at some of the things I was saying about Reiki. And so, and that's okay because she's coming from a very human Reiki aspect. But she shared a story because one of the host, Elaine, had shared a story that an interaction she had with Willie the whale when she was offering it Reiki. And so this other attendee, she shared a story about how she was on a whale watching trip and they were out in the ocean and they hadn't seen any whales and they didn't know if they would see any whales. And so she just sat there and she's just started sending love to the whales, not Reiki, just the energy of love. She wasn't thinking about offering Reiki. She was thinking about love and gratitude, right? Oh, I really hope I see a whale and sending the whales love. And she said, and all of a sudden, and it's kind of emotional, all of a sudden, a mother whale and a baby whale came up alongside the boat. And the mother whale had the baby between herself and the boat, which the captain was completely astonished by. He said, okay, first of all, they don't come up to the boats that close. One. Two, she's got a baby. Her baby would normally be on the other side of her, away from danger. She's not feeling danger from this boat. And the attendee in my class was said she just kept sending love, sending gratitude, sending, just surrounding them with just this beautiful energy. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful, right? That energy of love. That is what created this beautiful miracle. Miracles can happen in the energy of love. Look at the monks walking, You would think that probably they're going into places where people would be opposed to them being there, right? Because people like to oppose anything that they don't believe in. And yet they're not seeing that. They're seeing so much support, and people are sharing about it, and people are being moved by them. And they're not doing anything but sharing love and the intent to bring peace. So that's why I really wanted to share with you this beautiful meditation and to remind you this meditation is 2,500 years old. It's powerful for a reason. It works for a reason. They were using it 2,500 years ago. If they can use it 2,500 years ago, we can use it today and bring peace in difficult situations, even when peace does not seem possible, even when things seem so hopeless, they're not. And it's also us remembering that sometimes things have to break in order to heal, right? Sometimes fire has to come through and burn in order for new growth to start, in order for new plants to start. So we can look at some of these situations as fire that needs to burn, even though it's very painful when you think about it in that respect, when you think about what's happening. But so I want to have at least 5 minutes to do this. So I would love for anyone to kind of comment. Oh, yes, here we go. Yay, thank you so much, Joanne. I love you. Right now, with the state of the world, it's easier to let the anger take over. Yes, yes. Therefore, when we think about the person who has hurt or frustrated us, we can fall into that dark pit fast. Yes, absolutely. 100%. This is a great way to honor ourselves rather than sitting with anger. We are capable of such extreme levels of emotion. Love and hate are strong. One can destroy, the other can build. We are seeing what hate is doing to society. Let's build rather than take down. Thank you for this meditation. Thank you so much, Joanne. I love that so much because it's so true, right? It's like the Native American story or analogy or fable of you have two wolves inside of you, and one is a really sweet, kind wolf, and one is a very angry wolf. And the question is, which one do you feed? Do you feed the angry, violent wolf, or do you feed the loving and kind wolf? And then Wendy said, I felt a deep softness throughout this meditation. I used an animal that is currently missing on the East Coast and has been for over 4 months. I felt this light change. Do you usually also use the distance symbol while chanting? You can use the distance symbol while chanting if you want. So the distance symbol, the way we teach in the Let Animals Lead method, isn't about distance because there is no distance, right? We're all connected. So in the loving kindness meditation, we're reminding ourselves that we are all connected through our light within ourselves, right? Even quantum physics proves that we're all connected through the quantum field. So when we think about the distance symbol, it's our symbol that reminds us that we are connected. So when we do distant healing, distant session, what we're doing when we bring in the distant symbol is we're reminding ourselves that we are connected. So there is no distance. And, I have lots of stories that prove that how animals feel that. As soon as you think about them, animals feel that. There is no distance. We create distance with our minds. But I love that you asked that, Wendy. And yes, I encourage you, use the distance symbol, work with the distance symbol, because what the distance symbol, especially if you let go of the image of distance and instead replace that with like the image of your light connecting to the light of, like, let's say animal. This missing animal has a beautiful light. See your light connecting to the light within that animal. And then you realize there really isn't any distance at all. So thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you felt a softness through this meditation. So anyone else? Oh, okay. Rebecca said, when sending love to the difficult person, do you think this also ties in with the precept, yes, of being kind, compassionate to ourselves and others? Yes. Yes, absolutely. And you know what? I love that you said that, Rebecca, because when we look at the precepts, right? We can look at them, and this is how I teach the precepts. You can look at them like a circle with layers, almost like the earth with layers, right? And at the middle is the core, which is compassion. So we look at the outside layer of the precepts, which is for today only do not anger. And when we let go of anger, we get down to worry, right? And so the next level is for today only do not worry, and we let go of worry, then we can get down to humility, to being grateful, to being humble. And when we can get humble, then we can get down to being honest about who we are, if it's in our work, whatever that is. I do different types of precepts, but let's just say being honest in your work. And being honest in your work means being honest to your life purpose, who you are at your core. That is your life's work, right? And then when we are honest with who we are, then we can get down to compassion. And now we can show compassion to ourselves and to others, but we can't really share true compassion. And this is why, like, the loving kindness starts with ourselves. We can't share true compassion with anyone until we share it with ourselves. So when we look at the loving kindness meditation, we can see how that compassion helps heal on the other level. Like, right? Compassion radiates out. So now it's radiating. So you can really feel compassion and go, I can be true to who I am and what my life purpose is. And then you get further out. Yes, I can be humble. I can be grateful. And then you're no longer worried, right? And you can easily let go of anger. So when we're doing loving kindness, we're building it within ourselves and then doing the easy parts, right? The people that we love, the people we know. And then we get into that hard part. But the hard part is no longer hard because we've built that compassionate muscle and gone to that. So yeah, thank you so much for bringing that up, Rebecca. This is why I love this community so much, because your comments really help guide some of these deeper teachings. And then Dawn said, I'm at my volunteer job, so came oh, with her mic's out. She once had a cat who was very ill and was diagnosed with toxoplasmosis. And the vet felt her cat survived due to Dawn's twice daily visitation for the week he was at the hospital, offering love and positive conversation. My vet said he'd never seen anything like it. changed the way he viewed the treatment, even though he and staff were very kind and caring. I've never forgotten that comment, and it was probably 30 years ago. And how powerful is that? That's such a great reminder that we don't have to, and this was 30 years ago, so Dawn wasn't doing Reiki, right? But she was doing Reiki because Reiki is just about love and compassion, about being there, holding space without an agenda, just holding space and being love. And I love how her vet was able to see that. So that's a really good lesson for all of us. When when you go in and you want to talk about what you do with animal Reiki, just say you meditate. And they go, oh, and I meditate with love in my heart and I share that love. That's so much easier to understand than, okay, Reiki is a Japanese practice and we do this and we don't do hands on. No, then they go, wait, what? What? No, just the truth, the core of it is we sit, we meditate, and we meditate in that space of love. We quiet our heart and our bodies and our minds. So Monica said, thank you for this session. I was thinking of the loving kindness meditation lately. Oh, wow. So often because I really needed it and assumed it could help me in my life. And I know you already talked about it in the past, and it was really helpful back then in my relationship with my colleague who I had difficulties with. Yes, because when and this is where the precepts also come into play with this, is that when we let go of like a certain outcome or wanting a certain outcome, when we just sit in that energy of peace and love, then there's no more friction, right? Then you're open. And so there's nothing more to bounce off of. And so then that other person kind of slows down. So if you approach people with love and kindness in your heart, then there's nothing for them to bounce off of. There's no more, because remember, energy is energy. And even though you might even be in the same like vicinity with that person feels your dislike of them. I mean, how many of us have known when somebody didn't like us, even though they might on the, right, Rebecca, they're on the outside, they're like, no, everything's fine, everything's fine. Or people go, no, they like you. You know, that person does not like me because we can feel their energy. Sometimes, if you're kind of in tune with your body, sometimes when someone's thinking about you not positively. Might maybe like something might pop up like a vision, or they might pop up in your head, and you're like, oh, that's weird, right? There's things that happen to us when we know that person either doesn't like us or feels our dislike of them, right? And maybe they're confused by it. So this loving kindness meditation is really powerful, and I really encourage you all to use this. And so I want to go back now and we'll do the full loving kindness meditation, but I won't like do the connecting of the lights or anything like that. I just want you on your own as you see these people or whoever animals, if it's an animal that you love deeply and you're very grateful to, when you see these beings, just share that love as you're speaking this either in your head or out loud. May I be filled with loving kindness, may you be filled with loving kindness, may you be well, may you be peaceful and at ease, and may you be happy. Feel the light from your heart going to them and enveloping them in the love, and bring them into your heart. And even with the difficult person, if you can, and it's okay if you can't, don't feel like, oh my God, I failed at this. If it's really hard, because I will be honest, when I first was doing this, I just couldn't do that difficult person. But I also wasn't in a place, I think it was too soon. I just wasn't in a place where I could do it. So, oh, Rebecca, a few people I've known get really confused when I've rated 11, been super nice to them when I know full well they don't like me. In the end, they start to mellow. That's true. I've done that as well. You just kill them, like they say, kill them with kindness, and it works. It does. It does work. It's like crazy how powerful it is when we shine love instead of hatred. So, just know if you have difficulty, it's totally fine. You can just sit. You don't even have to do anything, just sit. And then we'll close it with bringing us all together. So let's bring our hands back into Gasho again, and we'll set our intent that we're open to receive whatever it is that we need most at this moment in time. And then we'll just do a couple cleansing breaths, breathing in deeply through your nose, pulling your breath into your belly, and then slowly releasing your breath out your mouth. And do that 2 more times. And feel the peace start to enter your body with your breath. And feel the stress leave your body with your out breath. And whenever you're ready, you can bring your hands face up or face down on your lap. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. Now, we'll think about someone you are very grateful to, that you love deeply, a benefactor, a mentor, maybe a parent, a grandparent. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. And now we think of someone who we love deeply. Maybe it's a dear friend, or maybe a partner, husband, wife. Maybe it's your child, or maybe it's an animal. And we say to them, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. Now think of someone that you might see occasionally, maybe your mailman, maybe someone at the grocery store, a neighbor, maybe just someone you see in your car if you're driving every day to work and you pass them. And we say to them, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. And now we come to someone that may be difficult in your life, or they could be someone that you view as difficult outside of your life, just someone that brings your heart pain. And if you can, say to them, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. And now we're going to bring it all together. May we all be filled with loving kindness. May we all be well. May we all be peaceful and at ease. May we all be happy. May we all be filled with loving kindness. May we all be well. May we all be peaceful and at ease. May we all be happy. May we all be filled with loving kindness. May we all be well. May we all be peaceful and at ease. May we all be happy. And so it is. And we bring our hands in Gasho at our heart. And we give thanks to ourselves for showing up for this practice. We give thanks to the practice. And we give thanks to all who joined us. And we take a moment, we dedicate this beautiful energy that we created together. And we send it out to the universe, knowing that this beautiful love and light is radiating out to the world, out beyond into the universe. Together we are so powerful. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring yourself back. So, hopefully you all loved that. And hopefully you felt that a little deeper since we didn't really stop. And hopefully you'll carry this with you. Because as I was doing the meditation, what came to me was the reminder that what we put out, we receive back, right? So the more loving, the more kind we can be, the more loving kindness we are going to get back. And we can shift so much with the energy of love. We forget that, like we were saying earlier, people feel that energy, right? But they also feel the energy of love. They feel that deeply. And so if you want to create change, this is an amazing and easy way to do that. And I'm so glad I decided to do this at the beginning of the year because I'll be reminding us to go back to this. And remember, we want to let go of the anger as we go into this new year. We want to give ourselves the chance to have the life we really, really want because we all desire something, right? And we have the ability to manifest that right now. But we can't manifest it if we're hanging on to old hurts, old wounds, if we're dragging around a dirty blanket, right? We don't want to do that. We want to let go. So, thank you so much, Trina. I'm so glad that you came. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Linda. Really love that. I'm so glad, Trina, you felt calming and grounding. Yes, totally at peace. I love that. And Wendy said a beautiful meditation to add to my morning meditation and clearing. Yes, and joy. Everything is so true. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for the hearts. And thank you so much for being here. We had a really great large group today, and I so appreciate you. And oh, Judy said, love this. And Jan said, Jan said, thank you so much. And Margaret said, thank you. This is wonderful. Reminder of a beautiful place. Yes, thank you all. And Monica said, I want to do it for 21 days for me and all around me. Yes, that's a really great 21-day meditation. Thank you, Monica, for suggesting that. I love that. So I'll put that in the reminder, 21-day meditation. I love it. I'm going to do that too. I think this is a really great way for us to bring peace to this world. And Ghislaine's gave the little prayer. Thank you so much, the God Show. So as we go into our week, let's not forget this. Let's bring this energy. And remember, you can always tap back into this energy of this meditation just by bringing yourself back to this place, right? You know, energy knows no time or space. So you can bring yourself back to this. And I'm going to ask Allie if she'll just isolate the loving kindness meditation that we just did without interruption. And you can have that as well. Thank you so much, Gilly. So look for that in the recap. And next week, we're going to talk about World Animal Reiki Day. Yes, of course, Monica. We're going to talk about World Animal Reiki Day, and we're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming retreat, and no pressure to join us at that retreat, but I will say that Nicholas Pearson is going to be teaching that he's never shared before about deities and Bodhisattvas and the tie to the symbol too. So Seiheki. So he's going to be sharing that. I'm going to be talking about the precepts, going to be teaching some things. Nicholas gave me some great history on the precepts that you may not know. So it is going to be teaching, but it's also going to be incredibly interactive. We're going to be pausing, we're going to be meditating, we're going to be talking. So it's not going to be like these are me talking forever. It's going to be talking, stopping, doing a little exercise. So even though each session is 2 hours long, we're hoping that through movement and meditation and discussion that it's going to go a lot faster. And then, so Nicholas and I are on the second day. The first day is going to be Kathleen, who's going to be opening. I think I can't remember if we're opening with the prayer or not. Oh, you did. Oh, Margaret. Oh my God. Yes. So Margaret did her human training with Nicholas, and you don't want to miss this. He's an incredible, I'm just so blessed to have him as a friend, a mentor, and a teacher. He's amazing. But on the first day, on Saturday, it's going to be Kathleen opening. I think she's going to open with the prayer, but she's also going to be talking about the all is well and what that really means for compassion and when we're with animals. And so I really encourage you to join for that because I know she's going to be teaching some things that she hasn't really shared before. And then also Kelly's going to be talking about the pillars and how the pillars tie to compassion and why, even if you don't know our method of animal Reiki, you can practice these pillars and be successful with animals. So we're not here to pressure you to take classes with us. I mean, of course, that's great and you can learn so much more. What we're here to do is help support you and help you to go out and on your own practice this and see what happens and understand why we do things the way we do. And then maybe you take a class, but there's never any pressure for you to study with us because we all have our teachers that we love. Some of you might be William Rand's animal Reiki students, and we embrace that. We love that. The goal here is to get as many people as possible sharing animal Reiki in an ethical way. And we also want you to have the incredible experiences like that woman had with the whale and the baby. When she wasn't doing Reiki, she was sending love. And that's really what the Let Animals Lead method is all about. We're just sharing love. And I'm telling you right now, those experiences can happen. I mean, I had a tiger for a best friend until he passed away, and it was the most incredible relationship ever. And you can have that with any animal, even me and Ngozi, the crocodile at Care. I mean, I never thought that Ngozi would be my mentor and my teacher, but my God, I just love him. And he honored me by being out all weekend for my class. So, yeah, it's, oh, Gilly says my cat is totally at peace and curled up on the sofa beside me. Yes, because they can feel this energy, right? We're helping not only ourselves, but the world and especially the animals. So, Thank you all. I know we went over. Thank you so much for staying with me. And thank you all for being here and for sharing in this incredible energy. And Margaret, thank you so much for joining us as Nicholas's student. I love that. I hope we get to see you at the retreat. It's going to be amazing. So you're saying yes, yay, great. So thank you all, everyone. Have a beautiful week. And next week we'll talk about World Animal Reiki Day and we'll dedicate the World Animal Reiki Day meditation to animals. So it'll be really fun. And come with your stories about animals that you love because I want to hear from you. This is all about thinking animals, and I have some great stories to share with you that'll hopefully encourage you to spend some time doing what I usually do on World Animal Reiki Day, which I'm not going to be able to this year because of the retreat. But yes, I'm going to give you some great things to do, and they're powerful and they're magical, and you will have incredible experiences with animals. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to go. Thank you all so much. Mwah. Love you all. Bye.